Good evening. Short little clip, unscheduled, for a given reason. The last days I had an, let's say, unpleasant conversation in the comment section of my video. How much cost the Camino? And it started with, "Oh dude, every second sentence is about money. I hope I will not encounter any people like you when I walk on the Camino." Nice. In general, I'm a nice and peaceful guy, but when I feel attacked, I don't run away from any kind of confrontation. So I answered, "What?" So I answered, "What do you expect in a video that's named How Much Costs the Camino? Then it is about something else than money. And don't worry, if I meet any guy like you on the Camino, I change the side of the road." After all, he told me that he was quite pissed the way I talked about the young girl who was walking the Camino without any money and trading work for food and bed, and that I said that she wasn't very welcome and she didn't have many friends. That's it. And then he started with the Bible that a pilgrim has to be poor and walk in humbleness and la 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 la. And during our conversation I always try to, let's say, catch him, to drag him back into the discussion so that we can talk. Was not possible. His last comment was quotations out of the Bible where Jesus said pilgrim has to be poor and he possesses nothing more than the clothes on his body, and there's nothing more to add. After that comment, to be honest, I deleted all the comments. And now to my point. If you want to walk the Camino in poverty, or let's say few money, it's perfectly fine. It's your decision, it's your Camino. If another guy, like me, wants to walk the Camino and by time to time spend a little money on food and drinks and friends, this is my Camino, it's my decision. You do not have the right to criticize me. In general, it doesn't exist, no right nor wrong. There's only variations. Your Camino is not right, same way as mine Camino is not wrong. They're different. That's the way it is. Yours is not better than mine. And a few notes regarding religion and Christianity. I don't know who said this, but it was something like, you don't become a good Christian because you go to church on a regular basis, as well as you don't become a car if you're standing in your garage. Now let that sink in. Christianity doesn't necessarily relate to going to the church on a regular basis or sticking to the Bible. Christianity begins here. And if you don't feel Christianity inside your heart, you can go to church and read the Bible how much you want. A short but true story. I was at a mass in Vienna and I'm baptized as a evangelical Protestant, and masses in Spain are Catholic. And at the end of the mass, the priest said, whoever is a Catholic can now come to the altar and receive the loaf of Christ. And I lined up and received the loaf of Christ. After the Mass, I talked to the priest and I asked him, I'm not a Catholic, nevertheless I went to the altar and received the loaf of Christ. Am I a sinner? And he smiled at me and said, God didn't write the Bible. That were people. And God didn't split the religion in Catholics and Protestants. That were people. As long as you're good in your heart, you're welcome and you're loved. I don't care at all if you walk the Camino in poverty or naked or in your, I don't know how it's called, penitent shirt with a cross over your shoulder. This is your Camino. I walk a different one. But you do not have the right to judge me because I'm different. And if you think there's kind of a manual for walking the Camino, like, I don't know, how is it called? Codex Calixtinus. No. Every Camino is different. There is no guideline. And, you know, we are not in medieval times. This is 21st century. World has changed. Church has changed. Doesn't matter how you want your Camino, but you should be aware that the extremer your attitudes and opinions are, the more difficult for you it will be to meet any friends or people who think the same way like you do. And meeting people, that's what the Camino is all about. But do not expect that everybody has the same attitude or same opinion like you do. But you will have to accept all other opinions because there are dozens and hundreds of them. It's called tolerance. There's an article on Wikipedia about that. Funny thing, as far as I know, the young guy who made his comments, he has never walked the Camino before. And to the people especially who never walked the Camino before, you will meet hundreds, thousands of different people, all with a different opinion. And that's what's so amazing about the Camino. Just relax. Don't think about it too much. Let things go. Let it flow. With that being said, weekend, we talk about backpacks. Yeah, I like. Stay safe, stay healthy, and buen camino.